You're casually playing Team Fortress 2 and yapping on voice chat with strangers. You're doing some market gardening and this one guy compliments your rocket jumping. He changes class to medic with a quick fix and jumps along with you, doing some average TF2 shenanigans. All the while chatting on voice chat about random The same continues for another match after the map changes. The friendly guy tells you should play again another time and adds you on Steam. A day or two goes by and you open TF2 and start playing. After a bit you get a message on Steam. It's the friendly guy from a day ago. He asks you if you're maybe up to play something together. You say, yeah sure man. He invites you to his Discord server, which has happened many times before with many different people. You join the Discord server. It has around 200 members and looks like it's pretty active. Several people on voice chat and even other voice channels being active. A few of them on the current voice chat being on mute. You remark on how the voice chat feels Estonian, with everyone being on mute. The friendly guy explains not all of them can speak English, so you ask him where he's from. And he says,
I'm originally from Eastern Ukraine, but I live in Germany now.
You start chatting about random stuff while the friendly guy sorts out his stuff. He tries to log on to TF2, he then goes,
God damn it, my little brother is on my Steam account again. I have to use my alt account again. I've told him a million times to go make his own Steam account, but he keeps telling my mom I'm not allowing him to play his games. It's ridiculous, man.
While he deals with this situation, you keep chatting about random things. The casual chat keeps going until he finally gets onto his alt account. He then starts to set up a server on Face It. To join it, you need to have a Face It account. Never having used Face It but knowing it's a legit platform, you go ahead and sign up. On the first page that comes up, you choose Team Fortress. Right away you can see Uncle Dane has a club on there, with over 3,000 members. They ask you to join the Uncletopia club. Once you click on it, it gives an error. Target lost, the page you aren't looking for doesn't exist. You try some small troubleshooting and then the guy asks you to turn on screen share so he can help you out. He sees your screen and says,
oh, it might be because of the new account.
Which totally makes sense. He tells you,
I think maybe linking it to your Discord might fix it.
You try linking your Discord and it still doesn't fix the issue. After a second he says,
oh, did you check your DMs? It sometimes sends like a...
You open your DMs while he's saying it and you see the Face It bot has actually sent you a message you didn't see earlier. It's an invite to Uncletopia. You click accept and the web page now actually starts loading. After it's finished loading for a bit, a window pops up that says you're suspected of being a bot. And to join the Uncletopia club, there's a long list of what to do in order to confirm that you are a human. Because it's Uncle Dane's club and you want to get around to playing with this guy, you just go along. In the description of the prompt that came up, it explains in detail how you have to get an alt account or someone you trust like a family member and trade them your items. Confirm the trade on Steam Guard and then cancel. Seems like a damn convoluted way to confirm you're a human. But at the same time, because you're on a legitimate platform and you're trading to a trusted account, you think, oh, alright, I'll just do this it won't take too long. Then it's finally over and we can play the game. So you do as the site asks you to and trade your inventory to an alt account. You accept the trade and then cancel it, just as intended. You then try refreshing Face It, but it didn't work. Knowing Steam Guard is often buggy, you go check your confirmations and the trade is still there. So you confirm it again, thinking maybe it didn't go through or something. A second goes by and you refresh again. Still nothing. You check your Steam trade history and you realize you just got banned from the Discord. Hello gamers, I am Sepik, and this is how the new biggest scam in TF2 is operated. These guys essentially become your friends and social engineer their way into you just doing seemingly small things to have a fun night playing with them. The way they get your items is by copying the appearance of the account you're trading to, so you accidentally trade your stuff to an impostor account. Here is what I found. Here's a quick rundown before we get to the details. The scammers are mostly Russian, even if they lie about it. They approach you mostly on casual and MVM, but I've also heard reports of them looking for victims on community servers and even competitive games. These guys are very friendly. They target people who have unusuals or Australians. If someone invites you to a Discord server, it's always a good idea to look through some of the members and server boosters. If there's a lot of new accounts on the server and the boosters appear fake, be very aware of potential scams. Because I got tricked by the scam and lost my inventory worth a few $100s, I started researching where my items went and how these scammers' operation works. Through a Reddit post, I met this guy Mula. He's been researching scammers and their activity as a hobby for years. According to him, the scammers are mostly based in Russia, specifically Moscow, but he's also seen some from smaller cities around Moscow like Klimovsk and also Yekaterinburg. This will be significant later. I started by tracking some of my bigger items. First, they went to the impostor account they used to get my items, and then to an account with a gibberish name, which they used to distribute the items to a ton of different trade bots and such. They do this right away with no delay in order to get the payout before they get banned off of trading websites. I looked through the backpack I found and it was mostly my items. But when I took a closer look, I also saw some items that weren't mine. I checked their origin and saw the same pattern of them first being traded to an impostor account and then to this one. I then reached out to the person they originally belonged to. I kept looking and found some stuff from yet another person as well. I reached out to them too. Sometime later, I got a response from both. The more notable one came from a guy who lost only his Australian rocket launcher through the scam when he became suspicious of the scammers. Right as he got scammed, he managed to take a screenshot of the server's Discord invite. He shared this invite with me, and I joined the server to see the inner workings of the scam. The server had around 230 members at the time. When you join it, the server appears to be thriving, with several active voice chats and plenty of server boosts too. However, if you look at the people boosting the server, they're all seemingly bot accounts, all of which have a name that consists of a first name, a last name, and 4 numbers, totaling 28 boosts. The server also has fancy usernames and everything set up with some bots as well, like Carlbot, Clocken, Dino, and others. But as I said, if you look deeper, it all starts to fall apart. Even the chat history is full of random GIFs and almost no real conversation, and all the few small conversations that have popped up are by members who are no longer in the server. That's because they most likely got scammed and then banned from the server. The worst thing I witnessed on that server, however, on October 12th, 2025, I was lurking in the scam server investigating its members and looking for potential victims of the scam. As I was doing that, I saw a guy join voice chat and start screen sharing. It seemed suspicious, so I started checking the thumbnail of his screen share to see what was happening in the voice chat. I saw he was screen sharing Face It, which was concerning. I then started checking his Discord account and saw he had a couple of accounts linked to his Discord. And when I opened his TF2 inventory on Steam, I became quite concerned. At least the entire first page of his inventory was full of unusuals. Next, I checked his backpack on backpack.tf and saw his backpack was worth around 15,000 US dollars, a top 500 inventory in the entirety of TF2. At this point, I opened OBS and started recording. I saw that many of this guy's valuable items were traded from one account to another, obviously an alt, and then back to his own account. The guy in question was also from Russia, just like the scammers. For this reason, I was afraid to intervene at first, so I kept checking the thumbnail of the screen share on voice chat. I waited for the thumbnail to refresh again and saw he had a Discord DM with a Face It bot open, which is a crucial part of the scam, but still, I didn't intervene because it could also have been the scammers setting up something or testing something. I waited for a little more. Nothing of note happened for a while, until I got a DM on Discord. I didn't want to record the DM, so I stopped recording briefly. I then went back to the server and saw the screen share preview had refreshed. It had refreshed, and the guy was looking through his friends list on Steam. At this point, I realized he is definitely being scammed, and they're making him trade his items to his alt account. So I messaged him on Discord. He didn't react, so I even called him, but because he was on the call, he probably didn't want to open his DMs while screen sharing, so he ignored me. I then opened the server again and saw in real time as he got banned from the server. I still had his account open on Steam, and as I refreshed the page, I saw his $15,000 inventory was wiped of all tradable items.
Oh my god! Bro, I didn't record it when it happened, but this one guy just lost literally, like, more than $10,000.
Jesus Christ.
I literally warned him, but he ignored my, I called him on DM, but because he was live streaming to the server, he ignored it. He f***ing lost his entire inventory. He had pages of unusuals. There's nothing left.
Oh my god.
Holy f***. Top 500 inventory in TF2.
As he got banned, the entire server blew up and all the higher-ups joined the voice chats, most likely to discuss or celebrate the huge payday that they just got. It was surreal how many people actually showed up in just a minute. This shows how big this scam network is. It is bonkers. It later turned out the victim's father likely owned the other backpack he had traded his items to earlier. He was absolutely devastated, and I was completely shocked I had witnessed this with my own eyes. I'm gonna keep his identity private out of respect. You now know how the operation works, but this is how you can help out in a major way. Keep in mind the following is subject to change. This video will likely cause the horrible security of the scam servers to be increased, but I hope it will also raise awareness about the scam. This aged like wine. As I'm writing this script, I still haven't stopped infiltrating the scammer's Discord server and saving potential victims. I saw someone with a $6,000 inventory on voice chat in the server and told them to leave. Thankfully, they did not get scammed. I did the same for another person in a different voice chat who was screen sharing, and I'm assuming the scammers saw my messages on the stream. They banned my alt account and threatened to chop up my mother under my Steam profile. They also banned around 70 people from the server. For me, this is amazing. It shows that my work is really getting under their skins. These people are complete scum, and I could not feel any better about ruining their day and making them mad as hell. Anyways, back to the video. If you are ever invited to a Discord server such as this one, if you have the time, I would suggest, at your own risk, you join it and don't leave. Waste their time as much as possible. Maybe pretend you're completely incompetent at using tech. Also, always keep the invite link sent to you and make new invites once you get inside the server. Waste their time if you can. If you have alt accounts, join the server with your alts as well. Warn other people on the server. Every victim saved counts. Also, report the people who invited you, especially on sites like backpack.tf, because their moderation is strong. I forgot to mention that by reporting these people on backpack.tf, we actually got a few of them banned on Backpack. This left them with thousands of dollars worth of items stuck in backpacks that they can't trade for profit anymore. I would also like to add that I don't think never speaking to random people is the solution to this problem. When I posted this story on Reddit, as well as when I spoke about it with some other people, many said something like, That's why I don't talk to random people. I'd say I don't really grieve the items I lost because I interact with random people on TF2 all the time, and I've had so many fun experiences.
I seriously hope one day you get your fucking cutthroat by someone else!
And made some friends along the way. In early 2025, I even met one of them in real life in another country. And soon I'll be visiting the same guy again for a few days. This, in my view, makes it all worth it. The community in this game is incredible, and this incident won't stop me from enjoying its presence or its existence. I would urge you to share this video with your friends so they know about the scam, and if you are a victim of the scam or have been approached by these scammers in game, leave your story in the comments down below. I will gladly check them out, but a massive thank you for watching the whole way through. I wish you the best. Peace.
Sepik, ja, sap tu sepik.